Letting number 8655, Terminal 1, Garage Brown, Level Drive Lane, reinforcement at Lambert St. Louis International Airport. We have 4 bids. Western Waterproofing Company, Inc., DBA Western Specialty Contractors, WESTERN WATERPROOFING Company, Inc., doing business as Western Specialty Contractors. Total base bid amount $349,150. 349150.00. Alternate number 1, add $96,850. 96850.00. Tarleton Corporation, TARLTON Corporation. Base bid amount $288,465. 288465.00. Add $32,000.00. Concrete Strategies, LLC, CONCRETESTRATEGIES, LLC. Total base bid amount $373,225. 373225.00. Alternate number 1, add $41,420. 41420.00. Restacon Corporation, RESTOCON Corporation. Total base bid amount $394,144. 394144.00. Alternate number 1, add $72,820. 72820.00. Letting number 8657, improvements at Francis Park. We have 5 bids. Hankins Construction Company, Hankins Construction Company. Total base bid amount $601,000. 601,000.00. Add alternate number 1, $30,000. 30,000.00. Add alternate number 2, $2,800. 2800.00. Add alternate number 3, $29,000. 2900.00. Hoff Construction, Inc., HOF Construction, Inc. Total base bid amount $632,387. 632,387.00. Add alternate number 1, $69,000. Excuse me. $300. 69300.00. Add alternate number 2, $2,800. 2800.00. Add alternate number 3, $10,000. 10,000.00. Jackson Building Group, Inc., JACKSON BUILDING Group, Inc. Total base bid amount $585,191. 585,191.00. Add alternate number 1, $43,000. 43,000.00. Add alternate number 2, $2,600. 2600.00. Add alternate number 3, $34,310. 34310.00. Ranieri Construction LLC, RAINERI Construction LLC. Total base bid amount $576,536.48. 576,536.48. Add alternate number 1, $49,613.
60 cents, I guess.
That's zero. 49613.00. Add alternate number 2, $1,351. 1351.00. Add alternate number 3, $36,004. 36004.00. Kozeny Wagner Inc., KOZENY, Wagner Inc. Total base bid amount $588,900. 588900. Add alternate number 1, $30,000. 30000. Add alternate number 2, $1,350. 1350.00. Add alternate number 3, $21,900. 21900.00. Would the low bidder please meet with Ms. Bryant in the hallway? Thank you.
Okay, at this time, we need to name our President Pro Tem. Motion.
That's pointing to you. Move for. We have to make a motion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have a motion?
I'd like to make a motion that we appoint Greg Hayes.
Second?
Okay.
I move to acclamation.
Okay.
Give him the, read this. Yes.
Hearing number 8213 is being conducted pursuant to Section 26.100.030 of the Revised Code of the City of St. Louis. The purpose of this hearing is to determine whether the conditional use permit issued to Quick Shop Market, care of Ibrahim S., to occupy 4478 Natural Bridge as a convenience store with cooking, no liquor, subject to certain conditions, should be revoked. The conditional use permit number is 12063. The conditions in question are as follows. Condition number 3, all signage must have a permit approved by the Office of the Zoning Administrator. And condition number 4, the applicant shall provide a concealed commercial dumpster for which he will establish a trash removal contract through a private source, schedule for regular pickups, and maintain the entire premises in a clean and orderly appearance at all times. And condition 7, no off-premises or temporary signs, payphones, and soda vending, ATM or ice machines shall be displayed on the outside of the premises. The Office of the Zoning Administrator has the burden to prove the conditional use permit conditions have not been complied with. After all evidence of the zoning administrator has been presented, the board will ask for additional testimony, if any, in support of the revocation. Then the conditional use holder will be given the opportunity to present evidence. Lastly, the board will hear other testimony in opposition to the revocation, if any. Testimony is being recorded. When you come forward, please state your name and address and be sworn in. As you testify, please direct your comments to the board, not to those in the audience. Members of the audience are asked to remain silent and not coach witnesses. During your testimony, members of the board may have questions for you. Following the hearing, the board will proceed with its regular agenda. Following the conclusion of the regular agenda, the board will deliberate, discuss, and vote on the hearing. The board will notify the conditional use holder of its decision by mail in about 2 weeks. The Board of Public Service has in its possession the following documents which are being introduced into evidence. 1, a certified copy of the zoning code of the City of St. Louis. 2, the conditional use permit number 121063 issued to Quick Shop One Market, care of Isam or Issam Mahmood, and issued to Ibrahim Essa DB, doing business as Quick Shop Market, by certificate of occupancy and zoning issued June 14, 2017. To occupy 4478 Natural Bridge as a convenience store with cooking, no liquor, subject to certain conditions. 3, a letter dated November 13, 2017, sent to Quick Shop Market, care of Ibrahim Essa, from the zoning inspector, warning of the violations of the conditions that were found upon a recent site inspection and the potential for a revocation hearing should the violations not be corrected within 30 days of the date of the letter. 4, memoranda from the zoning inspector to the zoning administrator stating that upon her investigations performed on November 13, 2017 and December 27, 2017, the zoning inspector found violations of conditions number 3, 4, and 7 of the conditional use permit. This memo includes photographs of the violations. 5, the public notices for today's hearing. The board asks that the representative from the Office of the Zoning Administrator please come forward and be sworn in.
So help me God. Myra Turner, zoning inspector for the City of St. Louis.
Thank you. Please tell the board about any possible violations of the conditions in question, if you would, Ms. Turner.
As of today, number 3 is still in violation. I did not find any permits for but the signage with the store's name. I do have permit for that. He removed the trash dumpster from the front of the building to the back of the building. However, number 4 is still in violation because it's not concealed. And number 7 is still on there because of the temporary signage that is on the building.
So you were there today, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So it's your testimony that numbers 3, 4, and 7 are still in violation as of today, is that correct? Any questions from the board? I see no questions. Thank you very much. Is there anyone else present who wishes to testify that the noted conditions have not been complied with? Please come forward and be sworn in.
I do. Adam Wario from the Department of Health, Environmental Health Services. I'm supervisor with Health Environmental Services, and I am here to share the inspection report we have for the facility on the agenda. Quick Shop 1 Market, 4478, Natural Bridge. We have been, the report contains 2 portions, one for community sanitation and one for food permit. So I'm presenting and sharing 2 informations with you. And for the food permit, we have been inspecting the facility since 2016, and we have not observed many critical violations, except critical violations, and we observed lately in 2018 February 12, 2 pending violations, which are hepatitis A vaccination, which is required by the health department, and food manager certification, and we advised the owner that he has 1 month, which is going to be March 12, to get that certification, including the hepatitis A certification and food manager's certification. Except that, what we have been finding is non-critical violation, which can be corrected on the spot, like temperatures, missing thermometer in refrigerators, and dirty floors, and which they already corrected. And except these 2 critical violations, as I said, hepatitis A and a certified food manager certification, which we gave them 1 month from now, and we have not found a serious violation in our inspection. The community aspect of an inspection, we did this inspection in February 12, 2018, and our environmental officers were at the facility, and they have not found any critical issues. They inspected the exterior of the building. There is no odor, there is no drainage or refuse issues. And the refuse container is located at the back of the building, and it was closed. By the time of inspection, it was closed as required by the health department. So this is the information we have for this facility.
I got a question, and I want to make sure I understood that the 2 violations that are really of question is
Right.
food preparers need a Hep A vaccination, and then there's a food manager's
Right.
certificate.
Right.
And you've given them a month until March sometime to get these, is that correct?
It's in the last inspection when we found this was in February 12.
Okay.
February 12. So they have 1 month to correct that violation. So we're going back in March 12, and if it's not corrected by then, we take administrative action.
Okay.
Yeah, so they have 1 month to correct it.
So they still have time to
Yes,
correct this?
yes.
Okay.
I do have a follow-up. As Mr. Scobie was mentioning these certifications, when you may have said, Mr. Waddell, when were they first informed that they need to get this?
Yeah,
Is it just
yes.
yesterday? Was for the first time or prior?
It's the first time, and the reason is most of the time the facilities, when they send their food managers for training, and sometimes they leave their job, and this happens often. So what we do is we tell them to register it, and we give them a month to show an evidence of registration, and if they don't do that within a month, and then we follow up with a fine.
Okay. Are there any questions from the board? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
The board asks the conditional use permit holder to please come forward and be sworn in.
Yes. Ibrahim Asia. How you doing?
Hello.
Actually, I don't know what's all this about. I just got the business like on July 1st. When I have all the license and everything, I was complaining about something. The dumpster been there for 2 years. 2 years in the front of the building. When I came and rent the place, not from Isam Mahmoud, from his brother. His brother, the one who kicked him out to just have me in because he not paying the rent and everything. And I came, and the dumpster was in the front of the building for 2 years. Actually, more than probably more than 2 years, in front of the door. And I came to the city. First, I went to the city hall to just do something with the dumpster. They said we can't do anything. Then I came to the city, down here to the city, and I told them I need the dumpster to be removed. They said there is no way we could remove it. No place could remove it. And I told them, okay, I will just find something to just remove it. And then like a month later, Mr. Myra, she came to the store and she said, we sent you a letter. I'm like, nobody sent me no letter. I'm the new owner. She said, what's your name? And I told her, what's my name? She said, your name not on my office, like I'm not register anything. And I told her, I'm the new owner, and all my license is over there, just go and take a picture. She was talking to me like I'm her enemy, like this is the first time I see her. I'm like, what's going on? She said, your name is not listed. I told her, all the license is coming from the zoning, from the city, from the health department, and here you go take a picture of it. And she went and took a picture of it, and she said, you have to remove the dumpster. I told her, I've been complaining about the dumpster. And now you tell me to move the dumpster, and I have to just figure out small place in a bag to build it and move the dumpster in a bag. And then she came like 2 weeks later, and she walked around the building, she walked around the store, and I told her, everything okay? She said, everything okay. And the next thing I know is the hearing. And I don't know anything about the hearing. I just came in today to see what's going on. That's it.
And you obviously possess a current business license in the city to operate there
I have
since
everything,
July. Okay.
all the license. She don't have it.
So anything
Not my problem.
anything you have in that folder, we could perhaps make copies of to make sure we're on the same page,
Yeah, here you go.
Okay.
This is my license.
or at least take a look at it.
I'm here with the health inspection. They came yesterday. Said everything is okay. And that's it.
Okay. You want me to just pass it around? Okay. Are there any questions from the board?
Even the signs. If you want me to tell you about the signs.
Well, let me
I-
finish and see if there's any questions from the board.
I had a question about the dumpster. You say you're trying to get rid of it?
The dumpster.
You don't want-
The dumpster was by the door. Exactly when
Right.
you go to the business, it was by the door for
Did-
2 years in the front of the door on Natural Bridge, the main
Right.
street, cross street from Family Dollar. Why now they want me to remove it? I'm the one who was complaining about it.
Right. So you moved it in the back. You want to you
I
want to
moved
use
on
it.
my
Is
own.
what my point.
I moved it on my own. I moved it in the back of the building.
Right. You want to keep it and use it. You just moved it in
Yeah,
the
of
back.
course.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said get rid of it like you.
No, like
Okay.
that.
I'm just making sure.
Are there any other questions from the board?
Yeah. to operate your business, there's conditional use requirements, and like the dumpster and the signage permits and other things are part of that. And that's what the basis of this hearing is about, that your business is not in compliance with these conditional permits, like the dumpster. You know, you moved it in back, but from what I understand, looking at the documents now, it needs to be enclosed, and that's a common requirement. It may not have been like that for 2 years. Do you have a copy of your conditional use permit to operate your business?
Permit, like permit.
That's the basis of this hearing, is that here, you know, a lot of times they'll have hours of operation and other conditions put on there to allow you to operate. And that's something that you need a copy of, and then you need to comply with that. And it seems to me that maybe that's part of the miscommunication, possibly, that you bought the business, here is conditional use for your business, you need to follow that. And it's not being followed, and that was the basis of this hearing. Are you willing to comply with these conditional uses?
Whatever conditioner, I go for it, but what condition exactly are you talking about? Like the dumpster, anything?
Yeah, there's from what on the hearing is, like the dumpsters, there's a lack of signing permits, and temporary signage is up, but that's not allowed. And that's something that Mrs. Turner can tell you about, but you know, if you're not aware of a conditional use permit, you need to find out what that is and get a copy of it and look at it.
Sure.
To comply.
Sure. But the dumpster been removed like 3 months ago.
Right, and that needed to be done, but now my understanding it needs to be enclosed.
I close it. Nobody asked me to close it, but I close it.
Enclosed,
Yeah,
enclosure,
yeah,
so you
yeah.
can't
Like
see it.
like put it in a gauge. I put it in a gauge. I don't have no problem. I just did everything she told me to do. And to be honest with you, this problem shouldn't be on me, because this business has been open for more than 2.5 years, and the dumpster been on the street for 2.5 years. But as soon as I bought the building, I rent the place. Since that day till today, I have a lot of problems. Why a lot of problems? I don't know. And I have business in the city before.
Okay.
It's really something is going on, something is not right. And I need to know what it is.
Well, we hear hearings all the time.
Yeah.
With businesses with similar requirements that they have to correct.
Okay, I correct
And
everything
then
you
sometimes
give me.
we give them extra time to correct it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we yank the permit and they can't operate anymore. And
Yeah.
some of that has to be, and what I'm trying to measure, if we give you more time, are you willing to look into this, regardless of what it was for the last 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
Look into what's the requirement of this permit and then come in compliance with it.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be willing to suggest to the board to give you extra time, but it's wasting my time and everybody else's if you're not willing to go along and do these corrections.
I did everything she told me to do. I don't think I have to do anything. But if you have anything to do for me, I do it from today. I don't have no problem with it. As long as I just want to be clean with everybody and I have no problem with anyone.
Well,
Nobody behind me for some reason, and I don't know what's the reason. Be honest with you.
all right. I don't have any more questions.
Thank you.
Director Moore?
Good afternoon. Just want to make sure that you understand that one of the observed critical violations from the health department is that you have to have that manager's certification,
Yeah.
as well as the hepatitis A vaccinations on.
I have that one. I
You will
the
have
shot.
that in 30 days?
No, actually, I already have it, but I have to go get the record, and I have the license too.
Okay.
Yeah, I have it. But the record for the shot, I don't have it. I took it like 5 years ago, and I have to just go get a copy from I think Gene Station Road and 70, somewhere around there. That's no problem. I've been cooking for like 10 years.
There any other questions from the board? Thank you, sir. Is there anyone else present opposing this revocation that wishes to testify? Please come forward and be sworn in if so. Yeah, Ms. Turner, did you have something to add?
Myra Turner, zoning inspector for the city of St. Louis. Okay. The inspection was originally done on that property October of 2017. It was discovered after sending a letter to who was noted on the file as the owner that there was a new person on the premises. November 13th of 2017, I hand-delivered the letter allowing him to know of the violations, and I did instruct him upon handing him that letter that he had 30 days to come into compliance, and I walked through with him and showed him and told him everything that was in violation. So, not only do I have certified cards where there was certified mail sent and signed for to him, but I also hand-delivered myself and walked through the business with him and showed him what needed to be done. So he did receive a letter that had all of his conditions on there, because when I send the 30-day letter out, not only does it say what the violations are, it reiterates exactly what the conditions are in order for you to operate under that permit. That's all I have.
Thank you. You can come to the stand and follow up if you'd like.
Yes, she came, and this is the first time she introduced herself to me by telling me, I sent you a letter and you don't receive it, which is, my name wasn't on it. It was the old owner on it. And when I want to receive something and I have to sign on it, if it's not my name, I don't sign it. And that's why she came and gave it to me, and I told her, this is when I told her, I'm the new owner. She said, if you're the new owner, why you didn't change your license? Why you don't change anything? And I told her, everything been changed, and you go ahead and you go take a picture. And that's it. This is exactly what happened. And she told me everything have to be done, and I done it. And she came the next week, or probably 2 weeks later, and she walked around and she said, everything good now, the store look good. Then she left, and I haven't seen her since today. That's it. And one thing, I have some people just talk to her, call her about the place, and she told this lady he don't have no record for the trash company. He have to move the dumpster and everything, but this have been done long time ago.
Okay, we're most concerned with the people that are here to testify, and that's you and Ms. Turner. So, if somebody else is,
I have no idea.
Right, if there's statements attributable to somebody else, that's not going to do us much good.
And actually, I have a hearing, like when you sign for people, I have a hearing today, and I have 100 and something signature from all the people around. I have it with me right now, if you want to take it.
Feel free. We can make a copy of whatever you feel you want to submit. Okay. Sharice, can we get copies of that as well? The zoning administrator and the conditional use permit holder have weighed in, and so at this time the matter concerning hearing number 8213 is now closed and submitted. Is it agenda?
Could you call a roll, please?
Call roll, please.
Director Scobie? Here. Director Wilson?
Here.
Director Augustin?
Here.
Director Moore?
Here.
Director Edwards? Here. Director President Bradley is excused, and President Pro Tem Hayes.
Here.
From the President, contract and bond for letting number 8651, concrete and brick removal, replacement, and complete sidewalk installation, project number SP 104. Contract and bond for levy number 8652, concrete and brick removal replacement and complete sidewalk installation, project number SP 105. Supplemental agreement number 8 to PSA number 1178, testing and inspection of materials for various construction projects, Lambert St. Louis International Airport. Missouri Highway and Transportation Commission municipal agreement between the City of St. Louis and Missouri Highway and Transportation Commission for public improvements to routes I-44 and I-70, City of St. Louis, consisting of replacing the existing pedestrian overpass west of Kings Highway on I-44 and west of Madison Street on I-70. Recommendation that emergency work orders issued for the month of December 2017 by the Department of the President and Facilities Management Division, Board of Public Service for emergency work and repairs requiring prompt attention be approved. From the President, Director of Public Utilities and Streets, recommendation that Ballpark Village Holding Block 350 LLC, care of Cordish Company, for public improvements for second phase of redevelopment of the former Bush Stadium site in City Block 100 at 8th and Clark be approved subject to certain conditions. And Washington University for public improvements at Forsyth and Skinker and Lindell, and Forest Park Parkway and Skinker be approved subject to certain conditions. From the Director of Public Utilities, amendment to license agreement for CenturyTel Fiber Company 2 LLC, merger of affiliate companies and name change, expanding CenturyLink Communications LLC agreement to 215, 112 feet under the amendment, and eliminates Quest Communication System Transmission License Agreement, document 42729, recommends approval. Recommendation that the following emergencies be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. To make emergency repairs to VAC truck 274415. To install inverter, electric reel, ladder racks on vehicle 524415. And to make emergency repairs to vehicle 281415. From the Director of Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. MCI Metro Access 2-inch HDPE pipe to be placed for fiber cable starting at 5025 Lindell, place conduit from existing handhold south along the west side of Kings Highway for 1,400 feet at this location, place new handhold along the west side of 18 South Kings Highway, etc. And charter, starting at utility pole at the southwest corner of Westminster and Lake Avenue, 63108. Charter will travel 60 feet east, crossing under Lake, then turn 90 degrees and travel 20 feet north, crossing under Westminster to the island in the center of the street. Place a 2-inch conduit 24 inches below grade. The 2-inch conduit will house a RG11 coax service drop. AT&T, starting from an existing manhole at the front of 24 South Spring, bore 32 feet and place one fiber cable across South Spring to the alley at the side of 23 South Spring to an existing conduit at the beginning of the alley. And TFC BJC Communications, starting at 4277 Duncan, install 8 4-inch PVC conduit encased in conduit from the existing TFC BJC manhole number 80 to a new TFC BJC manhole to be set at a new building located at 4220 Duncan, etc. From the Director of Public Utilities and Public Safety, joint recommendation that DD Contracting LLC to subdivide land at 4400 Hampton be approved subject to certain conditions. From the Director of Streets, recommendation that permit for Driftwood Eatery LLC to encroach with Sidewalk Cafe with liquor utilizing 200 square feet at 5511 Persian be approved subject to certain conditions. From the Director of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry, concession concession contract for Forest Park Boathouse. The term of the contract is 5 years, and the concessionaire is Sugar Fire Events LLC. Recommends approval. SSM Health Cardinal Glennon Children Foundation to fly drone in Forest Park, south of Clayton and east of McKinley on May 4, 2018, be denied by reason of the fact that the applicant has not submitted FAA approval. Parks will reconsider the request after FAA has approved. From the Director of Public Safety. Recommendation that the following festival zones be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. Downtown St. Pat's Day Parade, March 17, 2018, at downtown Market and Parks from Broadway to 20th Street. Cardinal's opening day rally, April 5th, 2015, at Keener Plaza. No street closures, curb lane restrictions only. National Dance Week, April 28, 2018, at Washington between Grand and Teresa. Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, 2018, at Cherokee Street between Jefferson and Nebraska. And Sabiet, June 16, 2018, Bishop Scott between St. Louis Avenue and Kennerly, and Maffitt between Vandervender and Sarah.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Yes.
Cardinal's opening day, shouldn't that be April 5th, 2018?
Instead of 15.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, it should be 18.
Yes, thank you, Director.
Okay.
Are there any other questions on the agenda? Look for a motion.
I move to approve the agenda.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Would you call roll, please?
Director Scobie?
Aye.
Director Wilson?
Aye.
Director Augustin?
Aye.
Director Moore?
Aye.
Director Edwards? President Bradley is excused, and President Pro Tem Hayes.
Aye. Agenda is approved. Direct your attention to the meeting minutes that were distributed prior, February 6. Any questions on the meeting minutes from last week?
I move to approve the minutes week.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Call roll.
You can call roll, please.
Director Scobie?
Aye.
Director Wilson?
Aye.
Director Augustin?
Abstain.
Director Moore?
Abstain.
Director Edwards? And President Bradley excused, and President Pro Tem Hayes.
Aye. Meeting minutes approved. Unless there's something else, Sharice, circle back to the hearing we're here for today, and it is hearing number 8213. We heard testimony from both the city and the conditional use permit holder. Open the floor to the board for discussion.
Are we allowed to ask questions anymore, or is that closed?
I believe it's closed.
I was just
The hearing is closed. We can discuss it amongst ourselves. Yes.
President, there are two outstanding matters to be addressed by this business owner. They're the environmental matters, including the certification for, I guess, hepatitis and the food management certificate. That is not supposed to, those matters are not supposed to be addressed again until March the 12th. I suggest that we pick a date, perhaps 60 days from today, which would include the March the 12th matter, to revisit this matter to determine whether the conditions have been met, particularly conditions 3, 4, and 7. And that would be a motion that I will make at this time.
So the motion is to potentially go until April 12th, approximately, Director, and gives the conditional use permit holder 60 days to correct both the certification issues with the health department and the previously identified conditional use violations that were brought by Ms. Turner. Would that be fair?
April the 12th would be fine with me, and that would be my motion at this time.
Okay.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Call roll, please.
Director Scobie?
Aye.
Director Wilson?
Aye.
Director Augustin?
Aye.
Director Moore?
Aye.
Director Edwards?
Aye.
President Bradley is excused, and President Pro Tem Hayes.
Aye. Approved 60 days. The hearing is closed. Technically, okay. Well, there's no question there was a lot of confusion, it seems, and well, let me finish if I may. There were a lot of confusion it seems, with some alleged miscommunication. It'll be very important that you get with the zoning administrator and any other city agency, if you will, even with the health division, to make sure we know you're the listed owner of record for that property, because it seemed to bounce around quite a bit in the meeting. I know you said you've owned it since July, but we need to see proof of that on paper. Well, I mean, we need to know you own that business, and that sounds like you do, but that'll be very important to make sure everybody in this room knows you own that business. Okay? Anything else for the board?
I move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion to adjourn, all in favor?
Aye.
Adjourn.